Second time I seen him was at his home in Las Vegas, Nevada. Everybody thinks he faked his death. He's not dead. There was many things that happened and he got set up for a little bit.
Tupac got caught on TMZ in 2009 after he burnt his fingerprints off and everybody seen him, right? The LAPD went out and covered that shit up. Look it up on TMZ. Look it up. Go look it up yourself. Go look it up yourself. You think I'm scared of you? Let's go.
Idea who shot Shook.
I'm pretty sure Shook knows who
Yeah. Well, I mean,
so when he comes out of sedation, sure anybody who gets will tell you who shot him, right?
yeah.
But if the police say nobody shot him, I believe nobody shot him. And if nobody shot him, that's the same nobody that shot Tupac. And if nobody shot Tupac, it's the same nobody that shot MLK.
Is Tupac alive?
He's alive on my playlist.
All right, we'll leave it there.
There you go.
To go back to the hospital, St. Bernardine's, California. I tried to go back and...
Did Katt Williams just blow the lid off and claim Allie Carter is Tupac's daughter? Because baby, this tea is scorching. For years, most of us thought Allie's connection to fame came from surviving the chaos surrounding Diddy, Epstein, and that entire circle. But now, the story is getting way deeper. Word on the street is she's tied into the industry on a level nobody saw coming. And here's the wild part. Tupac's family allegedly knew all along. The rumor mill says they quietly handled things behind the curtain, making sure Allie's identity stayed locked down so no one would ever link her to Tupac as his secret child. If you've been keeping up with Allie Carter, you already know she says she's been through absolute chaos trying to expose Hollywood's darker corners, but not a soul expected the twist that she could be Tupac's daughter. Supposedly, insiders have treated it like an open secret for years. The silence? Allegedly strategic, because confirming it would give serious weight to everything Allie's been claiming. Ron Jeremy, Denzel Washington, Beyonce Knowles, Ellen DeGeneres, Whoopi Goldberg, Lady Gaga, Chrissy Teigen, John Legend, John Rivers, Rob Saget. Do you want me to keep going? Now, if you're not fully caught up on what Allie's been alleging, buckle up. Remember those Epstein files the entire internet has been dissecting non-stop? Allie says she was talking about this long before the DOJ released anything, but instead of listening, critics brushed her off and called her unstable. And this is where it gets intense. She claims she risked everything to speak out. Her home was allegedly torn apart looking for evidence. She relocated across state lines. She says her family received threats, and still, people doubted her. Even after all that, the disbelief didn't stop.
Attacked, stalked, and hunted down for your own information. You get abused and re-victimized again by people who wanted to argue a back and forth this week like that f***ing mattered. Okay, you had Stu Peters and Timothy Charles Homestead going back and forth, and nobody has even bothered. Not that I give a damn, and not that I understand that you guys are gonna be that selfish, but nobody has bothered to apologize for all the hell that has happened. But you guys were arguing back and forth, and in that meantime, we lost our home. You don't believe me? Here you go. What once was a full house, we were still paying rent on our house. What we were doing this whole time was moving everything because our house is gone. Our house is gone. This is the speaking out. What was our beautiful 3-bedroom acre home on 21225 Standing Rock Avenue, because everybody has the address, because organizations that were attached to Marx, Sawyer, and many other organizations decided to put out the address, my license plate to one of my cars, and many other of my. So here you go. You can have it, right? Because this is what happens when you speak out. This is what happens when you tell all the truth. This is what happens when you decided to stand up for the children, and when you understand that survivors don't just get to do a seminar, and when you understand that survivors don't just get to just be and then show up somewhere and talk and monetize everything that they're saying. When you realize that bullshit, then you will understand. Look at the tactics and pay attention. Pay attention. I'm still not asking you for a damn thing but to wake up. I'm not asking you for a damn thing but just to get outside. I don't give a damn about money, numbers on my platforms. You can have all of it. You took everything. The only thing that I give a shit about right now is the fact that there is a baby in the way. There's babies in the way. There are people that I love that I can't get out of the way. What am I supposed to do when the people in the authority that
Here's what, according to Allie, makes her story different from the typical wave of self-proclaimed whistleblowers. She says she's not recycling rumors or passing along secondhand chatter. She claims she actually went through it herself, and she stands firm on having evidence to support what she's alleging. In her version of events, she was just 15 years old when she says she was separated from her mother and taken to Connecticut against her will. That's where she alleges she discovered something much more troubling. She claims that minors from across the country were being relocated, closely supervised, and pulled into environments she describes as unsettling, ritual-like, and excessive in nature.
That people take pride in sticking bars up children. I don't think people are going to be able to stomach the fact that people tie 2, 3, 4, 5-year-old to horse stables and have horses and dogs with them, and then they get off on that. I don't think people are going to be able to stomach the fact that people hang upside down in satanic ritual meetings, and they literally hang them. Literally, by metal prongs, they hang them to get dripping out of them, and people go up under and like you're under a rainfall.
Allie says she wasn't shocked that the feds brushed her off. In her view, too many of them answered to powerful elites anyway. What really got under her skin, everyday people calling her crazy while she insists she was only trying to expose what happens behind closed doors. And let's clear something up. She wasn't doing endless interviews or hopping on podcasts for a bag or a spotlight. If fame was the goal, she says she wouldn't have disappeared multiple times to protect herself. She even took it a step further and filed an affidavit naming celebrities she claims she personally saw involved. That list reportedly included Birdman, Diddy, Denzel Washington, Young Jock, Bianca, and Jay-Z. The affidavit detailed disturbing scenes. Minors allegedly placed on tables at parties, selected for abuse, then sent back for the next person, like party favors being passed around. She described extreme fetishes, separate rooms categorized by type of abuse, and the terror of being forced to go along with it. And then came the bombshell. Allie says she is allegedly Tupac's biological daughter. There's no official proof, that's important to say. But because parts of her past claims have later gained traction, some people are paying closer attention. She alleges a nurse switched her at birth, cutting her off from Tupac and his family. And according to her, Tupac is still alive. She even warned that if he doesn't publicly claim her, she plans to release what she calls evidence, including his alleged current location.
You won't be able to hide from the public if I do, okay? Anybody that was in my biological family as surrogates, they know damn well what I'm talking about. And if something happens to this woman right here, that's the only person that I will ever consider. She is my mother. I know nothing else. So somebody touch my mama, it won't be a Sandra Bland situation. You guys will be seeing us on t-shirts. And I'm down with that because we know where we're going. But if insurance releases insurance, you release everything. And I mean everything. If a song comes on, I'm cleaning out my closet. Everybody knows what that means. So I want to tell you now, I know a lot that I should not know. I haven't even got to the facilities. I haven't even got to things where things are buried. Why do I know cases that were in San Bernardino in 2005 when I was a child? So like I said, Tupac, you know what I'm talking about.
From the way she speaks, Allie seems to carry deep resentment toward Tupac and his relatives. She believes that if they had acknowledged her, it would have validated everything she's been saying about the industry for years. But that recognition never came. industry whispers suggest people like Katt Williams and Jaguar allegedly know more than they're saying. While Katt hasn't publicly endorsed Ali, online chatter claims he's been in contact privately, advising her on how to navigate the storm. Now, that doesn't automatically mean he supports threats about revealing Tupac's whereabouts. Tupac, if alive, would have his own reasons for staying hidden. If staging his death is what keeps him safe, that's ultimately his call. Still, according to social media buzz, Katt allegedly feels Ali deserves protection and backing, so she can continue speaking out without constantly looking over her shoulder.
It was a crossroads where we were both invited to an Illuminati thing, and it had to be one or the other of us, and decisions had to be made. So it was both of us, we were equal.
As expected, reactions were all over the place. One person wrote, "If Tupac is really her father, how did Ali Carter even end up in this situation?" And honestly, that's the big question. If he's her dad, how did their paths split like this? And if he faked his death, why wasn't she brought along? His aunt is reportedly living peacefully in Cuba, so could that have been an option? Another commenter said, "The truth about everyone in the industry is about to surface. Stop worshiping celebrities you don't know. Focus on your faith and get right before it's too late." Now, I want to know where you stand. Do you believe Ali Carter's claim about Tupac, and could this really push him out of hiding? Sound off in the comments, and before you go, click here to check out the next messy breakdown, because trust me, it's packed with drama.